Welcome back to the 3 Point Show. It's your host with the most, Michael, also known as Michael. Where should I start? Today, to my left, I always get confused, but to my left, we have the man known as Ayo. I don't know how to describe him. You probably know about him by his vulgar tweets. Straight out the nines. Vulgar tweets, mate. And anyway, welcome to the show, Ayo.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. You'll be back soon. Well, first thing I have to say is make sure you like and subscribe and share. I always forget to do it at the end, so I'm going to do it now.
It could be nice to come to the Premier League, to go to an Italian team, I guess, but the pressure, you're going to deal with pressure because you're going to be the biggest earner at whatever club you're going to go through. And it might not be as volatile or as vicious at Real Madrid, but Man United fans are going to expect you to deliver. And United are thinking, let's say United get him, they have to displace one of their promising youth players. Not that I feel like Lingard is youth or...
Lingard is the youngest 27 year old.
I don't feel like Martial is promising, but again, that's something we'll talk about another day. But
I think so. I think Martial and I think Lingard's actually really good. I think Martial has what?
I think Lingard is a very good average player, and I feel like Martial is massively overrated. But again, we'll leave that.
How?
We'll leave that.
How's Martial overrated?
I just don't think he delivers on the biggest stage for Man United for someone that costs £56 million and let's be honest. If you compare him to everyone else his age, what has he done since he's joined Man United? He got left out of the World Cup squad, didn't he? And everyone blamed Mourinho. But Pogba, who supposedly had the worst time under Mourinho,
Captain.
Hey, agenda's facts, innit? Agenda's facts.
I will say Martial has stalled.
He stalled massively.
I thought he had the potential of like a Kylian, but...
Whoa.
When he first came onto the scene, I was dribbling.
I feel like the future of France is Kylian.
The future of football is Kylian Mbappe.
Possibly Usman on either side. And there's a space on one of the wings. Martial could shut me up and take that spot. But there's loads of French wingers. There's loads of players coming out now. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like Man United or France, he could solidify it at this current moment. I think don't get me wrong, he's a talent. I'm not saying he's crap, but he's a talent, but I feel like he's massively overrated. And I feel like Man United fans almost see him as a closer. Like he could win us games single-handedly, and I don't think he's got that mentality. Obviously, this pre-season he has looked good. It might be different, but
I haven't been watching that.
He looked alright in, I think, was it Inter Milan? The game they played after Inter Milan, I can't remember the team they played, but he did look good. So
it's really good. It's really not obviously easy, but it's easy to play in whenever you're playing pre-season.
Exactly.
I've seen a lot of players. I remember Andre Santos. Andre Santos was balling out.
Exactly.
We already know what I mean.
And on that note, just because we're talking about Arsenal left backs, I just want to put it out there that I don't believe we should sign Kieran Tierney. Coming off those 2 serious injuries, but for £25 million when there are other people on the market. I personally, okay, it's clear to see that one of Emery's main attacking outlets are his wingers, yeah? And he obviously puts emphasis on them attacking more than they defend, right? Because we're going to press you from the front coming back. So Kolasinac and Maitland-Niles aren't particularly told to stay in your position. They have the license to roam up and down the pitch. So why don't we get maybe a left back lighter on his feet? And I would go for a cheaper option like Patrick Van Aanholt, who is crazy going forward. Over Kieran Tierney. He might be a temporary fix, but we could get him for a lot cheaper. He's not injured.
This is going to sound mad.
Yeah.
This is going to... I don't see much of a difference between Patrick Van Aanholt and Kieran Gibbs. I don't see it.
Oh,
I don't see
that's
it.
harsh. That's harsh.
No, Patrick Van Helden probably the better player.
He's good. I've seen him link up with Zaha time and time.
I said we should have got Yanmat a couple of years ago. You laughed in my face. Now you're saying Patrick.
He's not good attacking wise. He's not a good attacking outlet. No, he's not. He's not as good as Patrick Van Arnold attacking wise.
I don't see.
But that's just my opinion. We could go get Kieran Tierney, but from what I've seen, I'm not sure how he's going to improve us attacking, and 100% is not going to improve us defensively because he's just not there yet.
It's with these transfers is why you were the first guy that I know that got sacked off manager with the team. I think it was Sunderland at the time. You got sacked because you make these transfers.
So can we just admit I was the one that picked the rubbish teams and worked my way up, and you.
How did you work your way up if you get sacked?
I didn't get sacked, but I used to pick Leeds.
You used to pick those teams, back in the day, but that don't matter now.
And you used to come to my room and ask, "Oh, have you got a left back for me? Have you got a right?"
No, I never do that. No.
Fair enough.
I just want to move into something really quickly. The price of players nowadays is through the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, 86 million broke the transfer market 6 years ago. When was that? 2013, I think it is. 2013. Yeah, Arsenal are linked.
12, I think, because they won the league, Champions League 13, didn't they?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 2012. But 86 million buys you Gareth Bale, which is
At the time.
Balled out crazy.
Yeah.
He had one of the best seasons. Him, Depay, Ronaldo, Suarez. He had that kind of season. But now 72 million gets you what's good. Allegedly gets you Pepe. Are players overvalued, or is it just? I mean, like, just talk me through.
I'm very superstitious. I don't want to talk about Pepe.
Okay.
Let's wait.
Who did you compare him to earlier today?
Huh?
Who did you compare him to earlier today?
I said he looks very, very skillful, and I feel like he has the dribbling assets of Ousmane Dembele. But at the same time, he also looks very jammy, similar to Mane. But I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to talk about him signing for any clubs until...
Mane's not jammy.
Mane's very jammy.
I mean, are players overvalued nowadays?
Very. But I feel like just where the market is, the smaller clubs are trying to get paid. They've seen crazy prices paid by clubs. Like, clubs no longer want to wait. I think back in the day, clubs were a bit patient.
How do you mean by that?
So back in the day, you had 18-year-old kids who had a lot of talent. A lot of clubs would wait because you only partnered with 30 million back then for that talent once he turned 20. Now they're seeing that once that kid, like Zaha for instance, imagine Zaha was at Man United and wanted a big money move, and they bought him for 20 million to begin with, right?
So, yeah.
And they sold him back for 16. If he stayed at Man United and done half of what he done at Crystal Palace, let's be honest, he would be leaving Man United now for 40, 50 million pounds. But because he's at Crystal Palace and it's about his importance to that team. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not about, Zaha hasn't scored as many goals as, let's say, for instance, a Martial or a Rashford, so he shouldn't be worth that much. His importance to Crystal Palace is in fact, it is what kept them up for the past couple of seasons. I think there was a thing that when he didn't play, they didn't win or they didn't score or something like that. So that's that. He's 80 million pounds important to them. But at the same time, you could look at it and say Wan-Bissaka had one season at Crystal Palace and went for 50 million pounds. But they could say, well, his ceiling's way higher than that of Zaha, so that's why we sold him. Zaha's important to us is 80 million pounds. He's the most valuable player in our club. So we'd have to cut that up. Pepe had an amazing season for Lille. I think it was 24 goals, 19 assists or something like that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy for, I know we call it a farmers league, but that is still crazy stats. And they're important. They may say, for us, let's say, one, he's a young talent, 19, so he's got a look. We're essentially selling 5 years to you in a player.
Minimum, yeah.
Not minimum, because he might...
No, maximum, sorry. Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, 5 years in a player. We need to replace that talent because we ain't got no one at the moment that could give us the outlet. They may need 2, 3 or 4 players. And plus, you're inconveniencing us. So I feel like it's a small price to play for a player that has supposedly a high ceiling. as opposed to, let's say, ones I don't understand is like Tyrone Mings going to Villa for 26 million, and then Arsenal then selling Chambers down the line for 8 million.
Yeah.
That will make you feel like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
I do understand that obviously different players have different ceilings, and
I feel like the Wan-Bissaka signing is a bit similar to the Wayne Rooney signing. Obviously, they didn't go to the same club, but it's the potential that you're buying. You're not buying the actual player, you're buying the potential. Having said that, I think the climate only hurts England. The financial climate only hurts English players. How can I say this? Other clubs outside Europe
don't pay these,
are not going to buy these world class players or these a good English player for the amount that an English club will pay for him.
Like rumoured Bayern Munich are looking to sign Leroy Sané for £10 million more than we are trying to sign Pepe.
What does that mean?
Pepe's rumoured for £80 million. Bayern Munich have not gone past. I've not seen one source saying that they're going to go past the £90 million mark for Sané. They're not going to pay that tariff that English clubs have to pay. Do you know what I mean? Same with, I don't know, Real Madrid. Real Madrid don't usually, they pay it over the odds because they're Real Madrid, but they don't pay the English over the odds.
Yeah.
Look how much they got Hazard for.
Yeah.
And then look at the same time how much United were quoted to say they want Eriksen. It was for more than Hazard's price.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So the English clubs, I feel like we know we're in an unfair market, and I feel like everyone just tries to play it.
But then it goes back to what I'm going to say, because I think to win an international tournament, you have to have players that play in different countries. You can go back to it. There's not one country.
Yeah, that's true.
So you need the experience of playing against all these. If you're playing, I know England, the Premier League is allegedly the best league in the world, but you need to have that experience of playing in other markets, playing against other styles of football.
By saying that, would you say Sancho is rated as high as he could be playing in Germany, as opposed to if he was playing in the Premier League?
Yes.
You think?
I think if Sancho was playing in the Premier League, he would be rated higher, but I don't think definitely wouldn't get the games.
He would have less of an output. Yeah.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So he's joined Dortmund, and he's balling out. You see, Ademola Lookman down the way. He's gone back to Leipzig. You're gonna
and Padu's got a loan there.
You see, like, for example, who won the last World Cup? Not Germany. Who was it?
That is bad that we both don't know.
Was it 2020? 2018.
Was it not Germany? It was Germany.
No, it wasn't Germany. France.
That's bad that we spoke about captain in it and we forgot.
Exactly. Yeah. But if you go through the whole France team, starting 11, none of them play in France. So
that's true. Yeah.
And you can go back to Germany. Well, none of the France starting 11 played in France.
Yeah.
So you get that whole. I know how to play against this country. Oh, I know this style of football. You bring it all together, it works. But you're not gonna. If I'm a club like Leipzig or Dortmund, why would I pay the 50 million that I'm gonna pay for an unproven Sancho when I can pay for another player? That's why we don't get these players turning into world class players or getting the game that he deserves and whatnot.